So the other thing I want to talk about before we get to the sports grievances was, college football playoffs are on Friday.
Yep.
Well, first of all the bowl games getting canceled. I mean, I think we've had
Yeah.
3 or 4 games canceled so far. And I just read today, I think, I can't remember who it was. Somebody else canceled today. So, or the day before they were supposed to play a game. So, yeah. So there obviously is some concern that, these games might not get played. We'll see.
Right.
We'll see what happens. We'll find out in a couple days.
So I just found a list of some of the bowl games that have been canceled. So the Hawaii Bowl between Hawaii and Memphis, the Military Bowl, the Fenway Bowl, the Arizona Bowl, and the Holiday. I didn't realize there were that many bowls that had, nouns like that. Military Bowl, Boston College versus East Carolina. Because when I think of the military, I think of Boston College and East Carolina. So yeah, several games got canceled. And were these this was canceled because of COVID, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
COVID or a combination of, guys transferring or guys going to the NFL, guys opting out of bowl games. Like I think Pittsburgh's playing Michigan State in a couple days. And
Right.
tomorrow night, I think, and Pittsburgh's quarterback is going to the NFL, and Michigan State's running back is going to the NFL. So when you add up all the things together, I don't think it'll be a problem for the playoffs because most of those guys are not. There's not going to be opt outs for those games.
Yeah.
Those guys are going to play, and I don't think they'll have enough COVID cases for it to matter. But anyway, so Friday, the first game is Alabama Cincinnati. Well, how do you feel about that game? What do you see?
Well, I mean, you're giving Saban all that time to prepare, so it's like we said a couple of weeks ago. Like if Cincinnati was playing Alabama the next week after the playoff teams were selected, then maybe Cincinnati would have a better shot. But I just think maybe they keep it close early. You never know. Maybe they make a couple plays, and it's a close game by the end of the first quarter or midway through the second quarter or at halftime. But over the course of the game, Alabama's probably just going to, I don't think they're going to be able to deal with Bryce Young and those receivers. And yeah, they'll probably win handily by at least a couple of scores. So.
Yeah, I tend to agree. I think, the only way Cincinnati, in my opinion, the only way Cincinnati would have a chance in this game is if they really came up with a great game plan and changed, adapted some of the ways that they play. And usually in college football,
to have some trick plays and just some, like if you get a tipped ball and you intercept it and you get a nice return on the interception, like something like that has to kind of happen to kind of give them extra possessions and give them more of a chance. But hey, I hope I'm wrong. I mean, it'd be nice if we had a really competitive game that went down to the wire,
Yeah. I just, I think Cincinnati will be competitive for a half, and then I think Alabama will pull away at some point because when you give a better team with a better coach and better athletes extra time off.
It's been like what 3.5, 4 weeks.
Yeah,
I mean
that's a problem.
That's tough.
Yeah, the other game is Michigan Georgia, which I think has a chance to be a really good game.
Yeah. Particularly if Michigan can run the ball, and they don't get now. Georgia doesn't seem like a team that really blows people. Well, they've been blowing people. They were blowing people out before the Alabama game, but I mean their quarterback situation kind of makes you wonder. So yeah, Michigan I would think would have a shot in that game.
Yeah, I mean I think both teams try to control the game with their defense. So whichever team succeeds more at controlling the game with their defense and running the ball probably wins.
Do you think Georgia's going to switch quarterbacks?
No. I don't.
Okay.
I think they'll stick with Bennett, and they'll try to, try to make some plays running around. I think, but I think it's just a whole different animal when you're playing against Alabama's offense versus Michigan's offense. I just think Georgia will be able to do what they do on defense, and I expect Georgia to win the game.
Yeah. We'll get Bama and Georgia again, probably in the national championship game. But for all you people disappointed in that, I mean, what do you want me to tell you? They're probably the two best teams if they end up, meeting.
Yeah, and they'll expand the playoff. So this won't be this way forever.
Yeah,
But
I mean, a lot of people are saying that Cincinnati's carrying the expectations of all the other teams, all the other Group of Five teams. I think the media may say that, but I don't really think the players in there really give a crap about the other Group of Five teams. I think they're just trying to win for their team. I think that's a sort of a media driven. If that becomes a story, it's a media driven story. I don't think that's the coaches or the players really care.
yeah, well, there'll be a lot of talk about it, and everybody has their own. The thing is with college football, everybody just makes their own assumptions and then tries to tell you that it's true based on no evidence at all. So,
Yeah.
everyone's going. If Cincinnati loses, they argue, well, they shouldn't have been there anyway, and then this will come up next year. Well, you can't put a team like that in because fans don't get to vote on this. Thank goodness. So,
Yeah.
all right.